Carlos Sainz edged out Ferrari teammate Charles Leclerc to set the fastest time in the first practice session for the Belgian Grand Prix, the first since Formula One returned from its summer break. The Spaniard clocked a time of 1 minute 46.538 seconds on the softs, 0.069 seconds ahead of Leclerc, who will start from the back row after Ferrari made changes to the engine components beyond his allocation. Championship leader Max Verstappen was third fastest, George Russell's Mercedes fourth and Lance Stroll's Aston Martin fifth. Intermediates were the tires of choice as the session began with the installation laps, due to light rain throughout the morning at Spa. Conditions improved quickly, however, and slicks were soon fitted. Verstappen, who will also start the race from the back of the grid after Red Bull fitted a series of new engine components that resulted in an engine penalty, was the early pace-setter. But he was edged out by the Ferrari duo. But with 20 minutes to go, the session was interrupted with a red flag after Kevin Magnussen was asked to stop his Haas on the track, on the hill down to Eau Rouge-Ré-Dillon. Haas boss Gunnar Steiner suspected it was a high-voltage problem. As the session got back underway, an onset of rain ensured that no one could improve. Alex Albon finished sixth ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, who will leave McLaren at the end of the season after agreeing an early contract termination with the team. AlphaTauri's Yuki Tsunoda was eighth while Liam Lawson, who borrowed the second car for FP1 in place of Pierre Gasly for his first race weekend, was 19th as the rules require all teams to field young drivers for at least 2 practice sessions. Lewis Hamilton was 9th ahead of Sergio Perez, with Nicolas Latifi in the second, Williams 11th. Alfa Romeo's Zhou Guanyu required a new helmet after lifting heavily on the straight. He ended up 12th while teammate Valtteri Bottas, who is serving an engine penalty, failed to set a time in 20th. Lando Norris, who joined the group of drivers with engine penalties, was 13th ahead of world champions Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel. Esteban Ocon, who also had a penalty for changing engine components, spent much of the session in the garage with an undisclosed problem. Magnussen and Mick Schumacher, who received a grid penalty for a new control electronics and gearbox, finished 17th and 18th respectively.